Let me.
Continue.
All right. So, Dad, here we are, live. It's good to
Oh, we
see
are
you.
live or we
Yeah,
are alive?
we are both live and alive.
It's
Are we
nice to
not?
be both. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So what's going on with you, Sivan?
So, well, I'm actually doing really well. I'm really excited because we just booked our next show, which we're gonna have on August 28th with a very exciting jazz musician. Her name is Grace Kelly. No, not the Grace Kelly that you know from the old movies, but the new Grace Kelly, who is an amazing singer and a saxophonist. But let me just make sure that we're live on Facebook. So maybe you can tell me how you're doing while I do that.
How am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm working very hard. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting ready for the show that we're going to have with Henry Robinette this Saturday. And today, actually, today I really worked there to set up the place. We're gonna have we're gonna be packed, and it's a good thing because there'll be a lot of people coming, and more people are learning about this. Now I gotta tell you that we're getting new people. We promoted this on Capital Public Radio on the jazz station, and we are getting first timers. Like
Wow, that's so,
that, yeah. I can we can tell if somebody is purchasing for the first time from Diari, and
mhm.
we can tell that. And we got a lot of people purchasing for the first time with a very good sign.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
exciting.
and then with your help, actually, it was your initiative. We were able to hire this nationally known artist, and she's coming from New York. Is New York, or where's she coming from?
Yeah, she's
From
coming
the
from
East
New York.
Coast,
Yeah,
and she's going
New
to
York.
be performing at Yoshi's in Oakland. I don't know, jazz people know Yoshi's because
Yeah.
they have jazz concerts at Yoshi's. Now, Yoshi's used to be just a Japanese restaurant on College Avenue in Oakland.
That's right.
And they start, this is before you were born, Sivan. Can you imagine?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember, but it was on Claremont, wasn't it? It was like on Claremont in college.
Yeah, it was Claremont in college. Yeah.
And
I think
I was
that
a
this is
sushi
where
baby.
you got addicted to sushis,
You
right?
turned you turned me into a sushi baby. Once you're there, you can't go back.
Yeah, and but even there, it was a small place. They started with performances, jazz performances, and like I don't know, about for 20 people, 30 people, and now they're big time. They have like 300, 400 people. They have an auditorium.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to manage with so many hundred people in,
Well,
huh?
well, I think what's really exciting is that Grace Kelly, and for those of you who don't know her or do know her, we're gonna play. I want to play a little video of her music just so you guys can see. But she's coming to the tasting room, to the event, to the venue, to our new venue, which is an amphitheater with a beautiful stage. She's coming on August 28th, and she's also playing a show in Oakland, but she's not playing a Sacramento show. So this is the Sacramento show. So all of you people who live around Sacramento, if you want to see Grace Kelly live while she's in California, come see her at our winery because that's going to be a beautiful show. And I'm really excited as a musician myself, like seeing a young woman musician just slaying an instrument and just doing her thing, leading a band is extremely inspiring for me. So,
Let's see her for God's sake.
all right, let's see. Um, okay, yeah. Let us see here. All right, so we won't start from the very beginning.
Please set me free. Unchain my heart. Let me go my way. Unchain my heart. You worry me night and day. Every time I call you on the phone, some woman tells me that you're not at home. So unchain my heart. Please set me free.
All right,
Wow.
so yeah,
Wow.
I know, I know. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. I mean, we could watch that, for another 20 minutes. It's really, she's just so just dynamic and exciting to watch. Yeah.
So when is this again?
It's on August 28th, and
August
tickets are
28th,
going,
Saturday night.
yeah, Saturday night,
Saturday
Saturday
night.
evening.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
we're gonna do things a little differently this time. We're gonna have a dinner just like we had this time, but we're gonna have it as an optional thing. So if people want to see the show but they don't want to eat dinner, they don't have to. And the ticket price is obviously gonna be lower. So for people who don't eat dinner. And yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. I'm really excited about it. So
Oh,
oh, and
wow.
tickets are gonna go up for sale. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah. Why
tickets are gonna
not?
go up
Yeah.
for sale
I mean,
tomorrow.
we booked her, right? We
Yeah,
got a commitment from her, right? It
definitely.
wasn't easy, right?
No, it was hard.
I
She's
mean, you did it, right?
I did.
Yeah, you did it, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So why don't we talk about you and your
I
wine?
think this is all about the performances. Now let's talk about wine for God's sake, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So what do we have? We have these three wonderful wines that we got them together 2 weeks ago, and a lot of people purchased them. Okay, and these are really very unusual high-end wines, and it starts with on stage 2012 on stage. I mean, what does on stage mean? It has a theatrical name, right? On stage. And actually, I made this wine at the time. We were supporting the Berkeley Repertory Theater in Berkeley, and they had a fundraising event. And I made this wine for the fundraising event in San Francisco. They had maybe 500 people that they brought in, and I don't know, they probably raised a few $1 million during that evening. And I schlepped a whole barrel of on stage, and then I poured the on stage from the barrel. And there was a story because on stage has 8 components. Do we have everybody listening now?
Yeah,
I
we
don't
do.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have Barbara. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Kathy. We've got Diane and Jack.
Okay. All
We've
right.
got
Okay. I
Gabriel
just
and
want to make
Heather,
sure that I'm not talking
Jennifer,
just to you.
Joe. No, you're not. But
Okay.
hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. And then, of course, all the Facebook world. Hello, future Facebook watchers.
Okay. So back to on stage. So on stage has 8 components, 8 different wines, all put together in harmony, beautifully. It makes a wonderful wine. And so, what I was doing from the beginning, from starting in that fundraising event for the Berkeley Rep, I, I, when people came to taste, they participated in a competition, and I told them this one has 8 components. You guess the major 3 components, and I'm going to give you a case of wine.
You only have to guess three? The major,
Get 3 out of the 8.
and you get a case of wine.
You get a case of wine if you can guess it.
How many cases of wine did you give away? It
Look,
doesn't
the
sound that hard.
chances, the chances of guessing it, just the, chances by accident are 1 in 1,000.
What?
Okay. So, I mean, I had 2,500 people tasting this wine over a period of, I don't know, 6 months. And I thought I was going to give 2 cases of wine, 3 cases of wine. I ended up giving 15 cases of wine. 15
Yeah.
tested right. Yeah, can you imagine that?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a bad gamble.
Or
Very bad gamble.
you're
Yeah.
a very generous human, and that's all that matters.
Oh, okay. Well, this is not generosity. Maybe it's stupidity.
No, it's not. Of anybody I
So,
know,
in
you're
any
you're
case,
the smartest.
okay, so this is my 2012 on stage that has 8 components, and the major ones, okay, see, since I didn't have the wine, it didn't have a label. Now I can look at the label and tell you what the major components are. And what they are 59% Cabernet Sauvignon, 14% Cabernet Franc, and
Wait,
9% Touriga Nacional. Okay, the reason there were so many people that guessed it, because these people that guessed it, they were club members and they knew my style. I like to combine with the Cabernet Sauvignon, I like to combine Cab Franc and Touriga Nacional. So they knew. All right. So shall we taste?
yeah, definitely.
Okay, this
Let's.
is my 2012 on stage. 2012 on stage. This is one of the best wines I've ever made. All right. You don't have on stage, 2012 on stage. Ooh, wow. Look, it's been in the bottle for 6 years. What do you think it smells like? Fruit. It's amazing. Fruit. It's fruit, and it also has some herbal quality. Ah, it's so good. I wish I could share it with you, Sivan.
I wish so too, but they haven't created that technology yet.
Ah, wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gabriel says absolutely one
yeah.
of the best, Maestro.
You know, okay, I gotta tell you the story. Okay. It kind of gets me a little emotional, excuse me. But Heather's mother was the only one that guessed the order. See, I asked Guess the first three components and tell me what the order of what in what order they are. And Heather's mother, not only that did she guess the three components, and I don't know, I don't remember anymore what I gave her.
You
Oh
gave her
God,
your heart.
yeah. Ah, it's so good. Well, what can I say? Look, what it makes a wine great, it's mainly its intensity and its balance. It's a very intense wine. When you put it in your mouth, it almost explodes. And then it has a really long finish. And the balance, what it means, the balance is it's all fits and it's not, it doesn't disappear. It stays in your mouth. Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, look, good times are coming. Okay. And, about a year ago or a year and a half ago, we used to do things a little differently. Now we had to adjust to the pandemic, and and it was okay. We adjusted, and we accepted it, and we led a life. Now the pandemic is over. I hope so. And now we're going to go back. We're going to do some of the things that we did before because they were wonderful. And you know what? What do you think I'm going to do now?
I think you're gonna make some wine. That's what I think you're gonna do.
Okay, I'm going to make wine. Yes, I'm going to make some wine. But we are going to go back to the open house in the winery. Yes, we are going to have an open house. And the first open house will be in September. We didn't decide whether it's going to be September 4 or September 11. Yeah, we got to check it out. And we have to decide among us whether September 4 is a good weekend. And what I want to do, I want to do the walk in the vineyard with a winemaker. I want to do that. And there's so much more to do.
There is, yes.
Okay. Now, what else did we do in the past?
We had, I mean, okay, so we did,
We did
we
a special dinner, remember?
yeah, okay, well, but we also, so we
Yeah.
do like, we did the walk in the, I love it when you take walks in the vineyard. That is really fun. And I know like probably all of you have done that, all of you who are in the Zoom session. And it's very special, isn't it? But also we taste in the barrel room. And then also we do dinners in the barrel room.
Dinner,
Yeah.
yeah, dinner under the stars. Yeah,
Oh, dinner under the stars.
this
Yeah.
is what we used to do, dinner under the stars. But maybe last year, the last time we did dinner under the stars, we didn't do it under the stars because it was raining.
Right.
So what we did it in the cellar.
Yeah, in the
Uh,
barrel room.
It was really successful. Dinner in the cellar. So maybe that's what we're going to do. Maybe we'll do it a little later, maybe in October, and we're going to do dinner in the cellar. Now, I want to bring Amos back with his quartet.
From the San Francisco Symphony.
Right, and maybe he can perform in our cellar. What do you think about that?
I mean, I love that idea. I think, when they came from the San Francisco Symphony and they performed last month, Amos came up with this idea. He was like, "Oh, it would be so," because he was enjoying playing outside. And he said, he was looking at the vineyards and he's like, "Oh, I would love to play the Four Seasons here. It would be so inspiring because you
Wow.
hear the birds and actually, hold on. So I happen to have the four seasons right here. You can see it. Can you see it?
Of course, yeah.
All right, so this is spring. And
Vivaldi. This
yeah,
is for
Vivaldi.
violin.
Yes, and what's really amazing about this sheet music that Vivaldi wrote is that inside of in between the notes, he has like little sentences about what's going on visually. So first he says here in the beginning, he says, all is gay and the birds sing happily. That's this part right here. It's like do 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 do. And then over here he says, flowing fountains play in the breeze, constantly moving. And then you have, like this other part. But what's amazing is that I don't think I've ever seen a composer do that before. So I just had to show you guys this spontaneously. But yeah, so Amos wants to do the Four Seasons, and I was like, oh, I love the Four Seasons because I play it. I've been playing spring, and so he is. So then
You
let's
think
do
we're
it.
going to convince him to come?
I
But
hope so.
it's going to be a little different venue than playing on stage, playing in the cellar.
You know what it's gonna be like?
How will this sound? You said there was
Okay, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be the Church of Wine. That's what it's gonna be like. Because the barrel room is this like giant room, and it has this big echo, like really big reverberation, just like a church. So it's the Church of Wine. That's what I think.
wow. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. And this is only for our club members, right? And their friends. No one else is going to come in.
All
We're not
right.
going to allow, yeah, anybody else.
All
Okay,
right.
that's a good idea.
Everyone should
That's a good
be a
idea.
club member then. Everyone who loves the Four Seasons and wine. Um,
Okay, good. What else are we going to do? We're going to continue doing tasting with a winemaker events, and it's going to be indoors. We did it one time. We did it one time a week ago on Sunday, but outdoors. I don't know, for some reason it was a hot day. We didn't have a lot of people. Indoors, I used to have, I don't know, I used to run 5 sessions in a day and have maybe 20 people in each session. Okay, we're going to go inside so that people will be able to tolerate, they won't need to tolerate the heat.
yeah. You have a question actually
Yeah.
from one of our listeners here, one of our watchers. Hey, Doug. Doug is asking a question. He says, will this be in a club shipment? And he's talking about the on stage. Is the on stage planning on being in any club shipment in the future?
Well, maybe at some point in the library club, maybe in the library club. But other than that, I don't have it. But it's a good idea. But I'll tell you what we're going to do this year. Something new. I am going to create another one called On Stage, and actually, I have a second wine that I call On Stage Act Two, but this one the new wine will be the original, on stage original. Now you said OG,
Yeah.
and I told you ODG,
You told me DOG.
DOG, uh, Domination d'origine, or something, DOG, something like this.
Yeah.
Well, okay, domination.
Yeah, so all of you people out there, this is how we come up with names for wines. My dad always has ideas for names, and then you'll come and be like, Sivan, I have a name for a wine. Is this a good name? Right?
Right, that's right. Yeah. So we're gonna do another version of On Stage, a new version like 2018 or 2019, and like the original one,
Mm,
not like the second one, like the original one.
mhm.
And we're gonna sell futures. And maybe we're gonna start it when we have the open house in September. We're going to introduce it in September.
So why are you going back to the original recipe?
I mean, it's wonderful. That's why.
So why did you change it?
Well, I mean, it's a new version. It's going to be different. Even if I do exactly the same formula, it's not going to be the same.
Ed O'Connor is also with us today. And Ed says he is reminding us that last year, he says, last year you hosted the lamb dinner for Lauren's birthday in mid-September at the new event center. That's true.
Yeah.
You did. That was delicious. Yes. That was
Okay. Okay. Shall we move on now?
Please, let's move on.
Okay. Okay. The next wine will be On Stage Act Two. Now, see what I did. I like the idea of running this competition. And so I said, well, there is not only one way of making On Stage. I can make On Stage and change the blend,
Like change the
and so
proportion.
change the blend. And still, I made it with 8 components, but the 8 components were Cabernet Sauvignon, Cab Franc, uh, Touriga Nacional, Syrah, Petit Syrah, Zinfandel, Primitivo, and Tempranillo. These were the 8. Okay, now I made a second version, just changing the ones that were, let's say, in the front. In the first version were in the end, in the second version. And then I still had the competition, and I asked people to tell me what the first 3 components were. And so this time it wasn't Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc and Touriga Nacional. It was different. And this time it was, wow, look at that. Again, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and Syrah. Okay, so the 3 major components were Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and Syrah. However, the first wine had almost 60% Cabernet Sauvignon. The second version, the Act Two, had only around 30%. So these ones are totally different. Okay, I poured myself and I'm tasting it now. Oh, wow. Okay, this wine is fruity, but it's a mixture of fruit and earth. The fruit is not as intense as the first wine. But it's very aromatic, extremely aromatic, but it's different. Wow. I'll tell you, I can't decide which one I like better. Wow. It's a very remarkable wine. I don't know what else to say.
Well, what are the differences specifically?
Okay, I'll tell you what the difference is. It's not as fruity, but it's a fuller wine. It has more. It's a fuller body wine. It fills your mouth and it has some earthy notes in the flavor.
And
This
that's
is
because of the
all
Syrah.
fruit, and the second wine, it's a fruit and and savory flavor.
Is that because of the Syrah? Does the
The
Syrah
Syrah,
add?
because the Syrah is playing see the Syrah here in the second wine, it has 16% Syrah. And the first wine has 7% Syrah. It makes a big difference. Yeah. So 16% Syrah, and let's see how much Petit Syrah. No, the Petit Syrah is not so dominant in the second one, but the Syrah is. So what can I say? These are two wonderful wines, and so let's talk. Maybe we should talk about what we're going to do in the 4th of July.
Okay, but are we gonna taste any other wines today?
Oh, of course we are. You
Okay,
want
good.
us to taste first?
Well,
First, you taste
yeah,
the other wine?
yeah, let's.
Okay, whatever you want. Okay, the third wine is my 2016 Cabernet Sauvignon. Mm. Look, I'll tell you what's happening with the Cabernet in the vineyard. Now, uh, I have now 3 different clones of Cabernet, but only 2 clones are producing. The third clone, which is clone 10, I planted, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago, maybe longer. I planted just 100 plants. This clone 10 was given to me. Somebody gave me 100 plants, and I planted them along the fence. And I call this, I thought it was just going to be, just for landscaping. And I call it my Cabernet on the fence. And then, like 5 years ago, I had the opportunity to taste the grapes. I mean, 100 plants, how much can it make? 100 plants, let's say you're getting 15 pounds. That's not bad. I mean, if you're getting 15 pounds per plant, so 100 plants will give you 1,500 pounds. That's more than half a ton. It's one bin. And so one bin, you will get, you're going to make, maybe you'll make a barrel. So in any case, I pursued it and I realized that this clone 10 has some remarkable qualities. So, so I decided to pursue it. And 3 years ago, I planted a rootstock. I planted 2 acres of this rootstock with the intention to, to graft from the 100 plants, to take the buds, to get cuttings, and then to graft that clone into my 2 acres of new Cabernet. All right, so I did this. I started doing it last year, and this year I continued. Some of the grafts did not succeed, so that's why I needed to graft again. Now, if you come to visit the vineyard, and that's what we're going to do in September, walking the vineyard, I'm going to take you to these 2 new acres of Cabernet Sauvignon Clone 10, and you'll see what's happening. We're not going to have fruit this year, but I bet you maybe next year, if not next year, in 2023, we're going to make Cabernet Sauvignon from Clone 10. I guarantee it.
Amen.
Yeah.
So I am a little bit surprised that each plant gives you 15 pounds of grapes. I did not know that. Is that like normal?
Well, okay, let's see, whether I got them there. I was guessing. Uh, okay, Cabernet has small clusters, but it will have each plant will have 10 spurs, the spurs, the arms, and then the spurs, and each spur will have two shoots. And and from one spur I get three clusters. Okay, so if I have from each spur, so if I have 10 spurs, I get 30 clusters. Huh? Okay, I think that, what did I say, 15 pounds per plant? It's probably
But you said
too much.
10, you said 10 spurs and each spur has two shoots and each shoot
Three
has
seed.
has three. So wouldn't it be 60?
Okay, okay.
You're better at math.
All right, let's start again. Okay, you have 10 spurs.
Hmm.
Okay, and from each spur you get two shoots.
Okay, so that's 20
Okay,
shoots.
but you're getting, I have two clusters in one shoot and one cluster in the other shoot. So I have three clusters per spur. I have
Okay.
10 spurs times three is I have
Oh,
30 clusters.
okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, 30 clusters. Uh, if each cluster weighs half a pound, then it's 15 pounds. But I don't think that each cluster weighs half a pound. Each cluster, I would say, may weigh maybe a quarter of a pound. Okay, so we're going to get, instead of 75 pounds, I can between 50 and 75 pounds per plant.
No, no, no. Not 75 pounds per plant. You mean
And 7.5 pounds per
yeah,
plant.
seven and a
Yeah,
half.
7.5 pounds per plant. With 7.5 pounds per plant, you have 100 plants, so it's 750 pounds. So 750 pounds, you're going to get maybe a barrel of wine. Not
And
bad.
how many bottles are in a barrel of
Oh,
wine?
you get 25 cases, 300 bottles, 300 bottles. Can you drink 300 bottles of wine in a year?
You, yeah, you got to drink
For the whole family, yeah,
day.
why not?
Yeah,
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. Okay, now it opened up, this Cabernet. Wow, I am so pleased with this Cabernet. Hmm. You know, the reason I'm so pleased is because it shows its identity of Cabernet, that it tastes like a Cabernet. You can't you can't not miss it. If you know about wines, if you know how Cabernet tastes, you're going to be able to identify it. And this is what nice about this wine or these wines. I never thought the flavors are so intense. Look, they make great wines in Napa. They do. Some wineries make really great wines. And I used to collect Napa Cabernets. I still have a big collection of Napa Cabernets. And the other day I opened the bottle. It was 1994. 1994. I got the cork out in one piece, and it was a really wonderful wine. I mean, it was very different than when I bought it. It's very different than this wine because this wine is young, and but and but this wine can compete, I think, with any Cabernet. Okay, maybe I'm being, what do you say? I'm not
A
being so
show
hard.
off?
Huh? I'm
A
I'm
show
being a
off?
show off. Yeah, right. I I dare anybody to come to me with a Cabernet and we're going to taste it side by side.
All right.
How's that?
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
That's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to
Okay.
see people, everybody, you show up at the tasting room, bring your Cabernet, and let's go head to head.
I like that.
Who's going to
Maybe
be
we
the
can do a
judge?
seminar together.
Who's going to be the judge?
No judge. I mean, the people will be the judge. It
Yep.
would be fun, to bring in a winemaker. What does Gabriel say?
He says, no bell pepper, he said.
Yeah. All right.
That's
So,
right. You got it, Gabriel.
I don't know. I love
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I was I have a question, but I have to go get something to show you before I ask you my question. Hold on. So, Dad,
Yes.
do
Yeah.
you know this magazine?
Of course. Wine
Yeah.
enthusiast. Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe some of you people out there, you also get wine enthusiasts, but
Yes.
this um is about like this one is about all about California.
Yes.
It's the California issue. And I'm sad to see that like our region is so underrepresented. Like, and I'm just wondering why, because, and I'm wondering why. And then I'm also like thinking, that all of you out there who, love our wine should spread the word because our area needs to be represented on the map because our wines are just as
Well,
good
see,
and
the
our
issue is
land is beautiful.
The issue is, in order to really have better representation, you got to have wineries that has distribution throughout the country. How do you get to be known on a national level? How do you get to be known? You get to be known if your wines from the region are in stores in New York, they're in stores in Florida, they're in stores in Ohio, they're all over. But see, the issue is that in the Sierra foothills, unfortunately, we don't have large wineries. All the wineries that we have are small mom and pop wineries. Look what Gabriel is saying. People lobby for advertising, unfortunately, and pay dollars. Yeah, yeah. And so that's why, since we don't have large wineries that have the muscle to distribute on a national level in large quantities, and so we don't have the following. We don't have the people don't know about us.
Yeah, people don't know about us
Yeah.
because they don't
But
write
we're
about
get we're getting there.
okay.
We are getting there. We're getting more and more publicity. We had now 8 wineries in El Dorado County got together, and last weekend we had an event, and we invited 10 wine writers, and they went from winery, these 8 wineries in the Sierra in El Dorado County, and they went from one winery to the other for 3 days, starting Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And they went back and they discovered this region. They are discovering and they're writing about it. So, I think that uh, I think that we are becoming more people are becoming more aware of us.
Well,
Yeah,
friends, spread the word.
yeah,
The
we got to
Sierra
spread the
foothills
word. And we got to understand all the wineries here that we got to be together because this is not something that one winery can do by itself. This is something that together we can do it. To promote a region, one winery can't do it. A region can only be better known if there are many wineries participating and promoting the region, making good wines, competing one with the other, one trying to make a better one than the other. And this is what it takes.
Yeah.
So, what can I say?
Do we have any more
This
wine?
was, you were very perceptive though, you know. Yeah, you were very perceptive.
I mean, I'm just passionate about your wine and about our region. It's so beautiful. And it's just people are missing out if they don't come. I mean, there are a lot of people who
Yeah,
come, but it's just
yeah.
like we
I,
see a lot of people. We see a lot of people every weekend, but it's just that when I open up a wine enthusiast, like I want to see us, I want to see our region there too, not just Napa and Sonoma and Paso Robles and, you know, anyway,
mhm.
what can I say?
Washington, Oregon.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, that's the way it goes.
we just have to keep talking about it. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you have any another wine, or have we come
No,
to the
that
end?
this is it. We only
Okay.
had 3-1,
All
but
right.
I'll tell you, I can talk about what we're going to have for next time.
I would love to hear
Yeah,
about that.
actually, next time we're going to have summer wines, and if I don't know, did we talk about the 2000? Well, we're going to show the 2019 Sauvignon Blanc. Actually, the 4 summer wines that we will have in our kit for next time is the 2019 Sauvignon Blanc, the 2019 Bubbly Rosé, which is a wonderful wine. We've
Yeah,
never had that wine in any wineology kit.
that's exciting.
And then we're going to have the 2017 Rosé, plain rosé. And
Hmm.
then we are going to have the Summer Breeze, 2018 Summer Breeze, which is a chilled red wine.
Mm,
It's a summer wine.
that sounds like a really nice box.
And I think we talked about it last time or maybe a month ago about the Summer Breeze.
Hmm.
So these are the 4 wines that we will have. And if you're coming to the tasting room this weekend, we're going to feature these 4 wines.
Can you buy the Winethology kit in the tasting room?
Of course you can. Yes,
Oh,
absolutely. Yes,
awesome.
yes.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
that's good to know.
yes.
Yeah.
And so this week, I mean, on Saturday we have Henry Robinette.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's right.
yeah, and his band playing. We're going to have a concert,
Yeah.
and Henry is very well known as a jazz musician throughout the country, but he is from Sacramento. He
Yeah.
lives in Sacramento. Yes.
Mhm.
So uh, so I so
Are tickets still available?
uh, we still we're not gonna we're sold out on the food. The food we're sold out, but uh, we could probably sell just tickets for just a concert
Hmm.
if people want to stay. The concert starts at 7, so if they come at 6:30 and they want to just listen to the concert, I think we can accommodate them,
Okay.
but no
Well,
food.
I think before we make that official, we should think about it because I think that are you sure that there's no more dinners? Because are you sure about that?
I'm not sure. No.
Okay.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
I don't
Well,
know. Maybe Taste made a few more dishes that are more available. I don't know.
okay. Well, in any case, if you haven't bought tickets and you want to, go to our website. If we have tickets available, they'll be on our website and you'll be able to buy them. So and it's for this Saturday evening. The tickets include a 3-course meal and a glass of wine and a beautiful show by Henry Robinette, who is a jazz guitar player, a who is also happens to be or not happens to be, but is the nephew of Charles Mingus, who was a very famous jazz bass player, upright bass player. And they played together and experienced life together. And I'm sure that Henry Robinette is a is an has been influenced by him. Oh, we have a question. Will the current wine thology be available for purchase this evening? That is a good question. Um, I will I will let you know right now.
We have an email going out tomorrow.
Hmm.
Yes.
We do, but let's see if it's available yet. Yes, it is. So if you go on our website, um and I'll put the link in, but just so you know, if you go to our website, which is cgdre.com, and you go to special offers, you'll find our new Winethology kit, summer varietals, and there's 4 bottles of wine. It's $90, and it includes the 2019 Sparkling Rosé, the 2019 Sauvignon Blanc, the 2017 Rosé, and the 2018 Summer Breeze. Well, it's just sounds so good. I want it. All right. Well, that's awesome. And yeah, I feel like we've we've finished all the stuff that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Now you're going to have this the wheel turning.
Oh, yes,
You
of
still
course.
have the wheel. It still turns. It's not
Yeah, the wheel
rusty.
still turns.
Huh?
Let's see if we have the wheel. We might have to do it next time.
You don't have it?
No, all right, well look, I don't have it. So next time we're gonna do a big one, right, Dad? It'll give people an incentive to come next time.
Oh my God.
If you want, I can make it happen, but I think we should just wait till next time.
Okay, let's wait until next time.
All right.
Yeah,
So
what do people think?
they'll have to wait. We're worth it.
Wait, yeah, okay. We'll be patient.
All right. In the meantime, get your kits, and we'll see you in 2 weeks from today. And
Yes.
next week, we're going to have a big raffle at the end of the session.
Uh,
And for those of you that are coming to the show on Saturday, we'll see you tomorrow. Or we'll see you Saturday. All
okay.
right. Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.